Yeah, I know. You don't have to shout. What happened to you, Aman? What happened to you? You are Aman, right? Jeffrey. Jeffrey Aman, right? Aman Jeffrey. Right? Actually, Aman is my cousin. He looks exactly like. मतलब, वो- I don't know why I said that. So do whatever. Okay, it's fine, Jeffrey. So we are studying functions, okay, and hopefully we are going to finish it. And what happened to those two guys? What happened to them? Why did they do? Bhaskar? So there is Sham and one more guy. They are online.
Sir. Sir.
Wait. Okay. Varshini. And what is wrong with them? Why they are not joining classes? See, this
Sir.
is not how we can. No, not you.
Sir.
Mute him. Mute him. It's fine. It's fine. Why they are not joining classes? Just call them. Especially that Sham and Ashwin. Right? See, this is not. That's not how they are going to learn. Yesterday I scolded him too much. Is that right? After he went also, I scolded him for half an hour. I liked it. Anyway, today I'm going to scold Hari. See, that's my job, right? To scold everyone. That's my job, right? What is my job? Ah, raindrops. Where is raindrops? Why she is not coming to class? Ah, Varshini, you're there, right? Online.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, why you are not coming here to class?
Today
And
I'm
one
not
more
feeling
girl.
well, sir.
Okay, fine. I'm also not feeling well, by the way. Acha, where is DAV card? Where is? What's the name? I forgot again. Everyone wrote. Oh, where is Lokita? Anyway, we will start. Okay. So we will. How many of you are able to understand what is going on in class? And how many of you are not able to understand what is going on in class? Let me know. Let me know so that I can. Not you, Aman. You are Aman, right? From today you are Aman in this class. Anyway, yeah. Is it okay, Ghoshal Babu? Not you. I didn't ask you. Like no. Please. You're trying to scare me? Then why you did that? Huh? And yourself. Anyway. Alright. So yesterday we were looking at logarithmic functions, right? So before that, I suppose one more function. I skipped. Have we done greatest rate? Modulus function is clear to everyone because I have repeated like 3 times modulus function. How we should. What's the property? Just write down property of modulus function. Or okay, wait. You for you and me. Aman, you have to be louder in class. Not that. See, modulus function is defined as y is equal to modulus of x. This is the simplest example that we can take. And this is x if x is greater than equal to 0, negative x if x is lesser than 0. That's how we define modulus function. All right. Have you studied this things? Yes or no? Part of it you have studied. Which school you are from? Sam Academy. I just came from there. Anyway, Stan Academy, which standard you are in? 11th standard. Okay. Anyway, so properties of modulus function. Okay, let's try that. Hopefully the definition is clear to everyone. Modulus function what? Arena. Just listen. You want to join? No. JEE advanced course, if you want, I am taking. I cannot tell it that I'm taking. See, that's how the contract works. Property of modulus function. So write down first property. X is equal to Ghoshal Babu. Write down. Sir. What every time, sir? Write down modulus of x. If modulus of x is lesser than or equal to a, how do we define it? How do we define it? I'm sorry, you have this. How do you define this? If x is lesser than or equal to a, can you write this in terms of intervals? We have already seen this thing. So what will be the critical point? Same method. The number line, you have to find the critical point and check which interval it is like. Just do that. For you, I'll do it. I don't know. And see, I'm not going to revise everything in class. So if you have any doubt after the class, Hari, I have told you as well, right? And I have told those two guys also. After class, we can have 5 to 10 minutes of help. Anyway, see guys, if you are studying in your home, you are not studying at all. That's so I can say for sure, because nobody is asking a single doubt in class. If you're not asking doubt, that means you're not studying. Which subject you like most in 11th standard? I mean 10th standard, which one? Which one is your favorite? Aman? Aman, tell me. Huh? Shut up. Goes on. English. What you are doing here? Murli. Science. Overall. Acha, haan, for CBSE, science means combined all physics, chemistry, biology, right? I was about to say mathematics. You? Science. Computer science. What you learned in computer science? Python you learned. Okay, very good. How do you? Let's not start. Okay, what's your hurry? Physics. You? You don't know. Can you explain total internal reflection? No. That means, Aman, what is critical angle? Nah. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so how you will define? See, the simplest method that we have learned till now. Today I will go a little faster. Okay? We'll just see all the graphs, and you have to believe me that the graphs looks like that. Okay, you just have to believe me because we are going to studying this function. So if x, now see, whenever we are solving greater than or lesser than, first we need to find critical point. For that, we'll just substitute x is equal to modulus of x is equal to a. We won't write greater than or lesser than. Okay, from here what two values of x will get? One will be minus a, one will be plus a, right? These two will get. If suppose a is a positive number, if a is a positive number, that means we can draw the number line like this. So this is negative a, this is positive a. Okay, fine, got it. That means if it is lesser than, that means it will belong to only this interval. We have done this, so please don't tell me that you don't know how to do it. If you haven't practiced, that's not my fault. Okay, so but biology haven't practiced at all. So in this, whenever x modulus of x is lesser than equal to a, so the value of x will lie between minus a to plus a. You can check it if you want. Put minus 1. If I said no, if let's say a is equal to positive number, so let's say a is equal to 1. 1 is a positive integer, right? So if a is equal to 1, that means this is minus 1, this is plus 1. Fine. Now x modulus of x has to be lesser than equal to minus 1. Sorry, 1. Yes or no? Everyone will be like, okay, let me see. So, or you can, so if this is minus 1 plus 1, now take any number. So in between minus, because the sign is changing, say negative to positive, that means 0 will be here somewhere, right? That's my friend, by the way. Nobody will say. So 0. So that means if a is equal to a, in the middle somewhere there is 0. 0 is there. Now put a is equal to 0. Okay, so 0 is lesser than x, right? That means this interval is satisfied. Fine. Now take any value greater than 1. Let's say 10. Okay, so if you put 10 here, is 10 greater? 10 is what? If x is equal to 10. Okay, now put x is equal to 10 here. So 10 is lesser than. Right now this is 1, right? So 10 is lesser than 1. Is it true? No, right? That means this interval is not valid. If you take x is equal to minus 10. So if you take x is equal, because we are taking here this example. Okay, don't read as a. We are, wow, time is so fast. Okay. So now x is equal to negative 10 if you take. So modulus function, what it will do? The output will be positive. So minus 10, it will become 10, but 10 is greater than 1, right? So this interval is also not, only this interval is true. That means x belongs to what? Minus a to a. If I'm not putting equality sign here, then you will put open interval. All right. Yes or no? Sunshine, you are getting it? See, anyway, I'll go
Understood,
fast
sir.
whether you understand it or not, because you guys are not. Because I tried going very slow in class, but you guys are not practicing in class. What I will do tomorrow, you will get the assignment. You practice that assignment, and Sunday we are going to have tests. You will also take tests. I just want to see how much knowledge you possess. Eh? Functions, idiot. Yesterday only I told you, no? Which chapter? You don't even listen to. Huh? Why? That's what I want. Out of what is this out of station? Where you are? I'm also going to Salem right. You knew, right? I was about to say that. How many of you knew that? Anyway, I'm going to Pondicherry, not yet. Huh? Okay. Listen. See, in 1 hour of class, we are going to study only 45 minutes. 15 minutes, this thing will go up. Is that okay for you? No, not okay. What do you want? And 10 minutes of these activities. So from today onwards, just because he's saying will only study. We are not going to talk about anything else. Why you won't be writing test? Salem. From Salem, you cannot write test online. Which day you are going? Saturday? Saturday evening. Morning you are going. Friday you will have test. Okay, Friday night. I will send you the paper. You submit it for you two, both of you. For them, I will make a separate paper. I want the assignment and the test. Okay, those who you really have to ask this. Assignment will be same. Assignment paper will remain same, but that test paper obviously has to be different. Okay. What happened? So x belongs to minus a to a. Okay. If there is no equality sign, then it will be an open test. All right. Okay. Sunshine, you are also going somewhere.
No, sir. I will do the test, sir.
Please write the test.
Sunday, right, sir?
Huh?
Sunday test, sir.
Yeah, Sunday there will be test, and before that, I want all the assignments.
Online should we write test or should we come there, sir?
You write it online, offline, I don't care. Just write the test and submit the paper within 1 hour or whatever the given time. Okay, those will be writing test. You'll be given 2 or 3 minutes extra to submit the paper. Okay. Those who want to come here and write the test, for them obviously. Minute is over. Okay. If now modulus of x, now this is second property of modulus function. If modulus of x is greater than or equal to a, what will happen? Now, so you can tell me now. See, if x, see here, if x was lesser than Now, when x was lesser than equal to a, what happened? It belonged to this interval. If it is greater than equal to it, what will happen? Yes, minus infinity to that means less than, yeah. See, it's not like you have to know some concepts before. You can start from there itself. Okay, just write down. This is the second property of modulus function. So just draw. We already know the critical points, right? That is minus a and a. Fine, these are the critical points because if you substitute modulus of x is equal to a, you will get 2 points. That is minus a and plus a. Okay, so these 2 points, these are called critical points because from here the nature of x will change. Okay, now just take any value. Let's say a is a positive integer and a is equal to, let's say, 2 this time. Fine, that means here the given problem is modulus of x is greater than equal to this is minus 2, this is 2. I'm just taking these as examples. Okay, a whenever I'm writing a here, that means I'm assuming a is a positive number. Okay, a is a positive. Why a cannot be a negative? It can be a negative number also, but again the critical points will be ulta. Then the meaning will be changed. Okay, that's why I'm just writing a as positive. Like you can have a modulus of x greater than equal to minus a. That is always true, right? That is minus 1. If you are taking minus 1, that is always true. Modulus function is always positive, right? So that's why we are not defining. Now take any value. Let's say in see, the sign is changing from negative to positive. Fine, so, right? This point is negative. This point is negative. This point is positive. Fine. Minus a is negative and a is positive. So in middle somewhere there will be 0. Somewhere it will be 0, no? Okay. Now, if here there is some point where x is equal to 0. So if x is equal to 0, is 0 greater than 2? No, right? 0 is not greater than 2. See, we need to write for a, but we are taking an example 2 so that we can understand this, why we can write, how we can write in terms of a as well. Okay, yes or no? Getting it? If you're not getting, go to your home and try to understand it. It's not like I'm going to cover each and everything. Don't do that. So if a is, x is equal to 0, 0 is greater than equal to 2. Yes, Roshal? Yes or no? Lesser, right? That means this interval is not, right? If x is equal to suppose 10, if you take x is equal to, why I'm only taking 10? Because it's an easier number to calculate. Just to assume. So 10 modulus of 10 is how much? 10 is greater than 2. Fine. And if you take plus 10 also, that is also greater than 2. Modulus of negative 10 if you take. Modulus of minus 10 is how much? 10. Modulus of 10 is how much? 10. Fine. That means these intervals are valid. These intervals are true for this condition. Okay. So you write this interval as like this. You can also draw the interval like this. Here the nature is changing. Like this we can also draw. This is one of the method. It's fine. If you want to draw like this, that is also fine. Okay. Minus a. Will we? That's my friend. Nobody will laugh. Okay. Are we going to consider a or not, Kushal? When writing interval, is a or 2 valid or not? 2 is a valid point or not for this condition? Is it valid or not? 5. Just tell me why it is. Don't make stories if you don't know the answer. Wait. Yes. Equality sign is there now. What is there to think about? I'm making stories. I just heard two. You understood the thing? See, there is equality sign, right? Equality sign, that means you will consider this one. Have you studied intervals, how to write in terms of intervals? Have you studied those things? In your school, they might have taught you. Okay, good. So we are going to So the value of x will be all points, all these points. Okay, this is called closed interval. Okay, that means write down x belongs to minus infinity to a union a to minus infinity to minus a to infinity. Also, this the upper portion means positive and the lower portion means negative. That's what that is. We won't be considering this part. Okay, just let's erase it. We will study it later. Some other point. Okay, just don't get confused, please. If I'm confusing you guys, let me know at that point of time. This is fine. Sunshine, Varshini. Raindrops. I'll have to wait 5 minutes for that. I'm not going to ask him. Is this fine? That's all. Or we can also write it as x belongs to all real numbers minus a comma a. Yes or no? Then open bracket it is now. Because we are considering minus a and a, right? So if you are if you put closed interval, that means you are subtracting minus a and a also from here, but we don't have to subtract it. So it will be open interval. Okay, so this is open interval. I knew it. I knew it. How many of you have written this? Any doubt, Aman? So this is these are some of the properties of modulus function. Let's write third property of modulus function. These we are writing the problem. See why we are so much focused on modulus function. The reason is very simple. We are going to study from now onwards. We are always going to study modulus function in all subjects. Okay, got it? Biology. Aman, San Academy. No, your name will become a code. Okay, write out modulus of x plus. What is wrong with this tablet? Plus or minus y is always greater than or lesser than modulus of x plus modulus of y. Is it greater than or lesser than? What symbol shall I put here? This or this? Which one is correct? Anyone? It is always lesser than or equal to this number. Okay, write on this. We can take any example. Just take x. Let's say x is equal to 5, y is equal to minus 2. Okay. Now just put if x plus y. Let's consider x plus y. So this will be equal to 3 modulus of 3 lesser than equal to 5 plus modulus of minus 2. So 5 plus 2 is how much? 7. It is always this property will be. Got it? Write down the fourth property. See, whenever you have doubt, because we are studying about real numbers, you just put any integer and check whether it is correct or not. You have to do homework like that. Okay, homework. You might have understood what type of homework I'm doing. Maybe in your CBSE these things will not be there. I'm very much sure. But it's really important, believe me. When you'll be studying physics, it's really important. How many of them are online? What happened to? Okay, who is this? Vasant Kumar. Who is Vasant Kumar? Huh? Yeah. Anyone? Okay. Write on the fourth property. Modulus of x plus or minus. Not working. Call Bhaskar. Go call Bhaskar. Achha. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Started. plus or minus y is always greater than or equal to, write down, greater than or equal to, array, modulus of x minus modulus of y whole mod. Acha, okay, I made a mistake here. This is always positive. Okay? Sorry, this is not plus. This is only positive. Sorry. We'll write down this property. You should go to your when you are in home, just check this if these properties are true, not by googling. Just put real numbers, put some value of x, some value of y, and check it whether it is true or not. Put a negative value, because I've said this is valid for all real numbers, whatever we are writing. Okay, write down. Next one is signum function. Signum function. See, we have already defined modulus function, right? So now, how do we define signum function? I'll just give you a graph, or shall I give the function and you will draw the graph? I'll give one of them. I'll either give graph or either I'll give function, and you will draw the graph. Hari, yes or no? Don't shake your head. What? Why you always use everything? Anything happens, you look at her. What is that? Hey, from next day you will switch places. You will sit here. Okay, Vishal. Okay. Write down the definition of signum function. Anybody is having any understanding of signum function? Yesterday I told you to just go and see the NCERT graphs, page number 38, I guess. Right? How many of you did? Honestly. Tell me honestly, how many of you did? Huh? You saw that signum function was there? Yes or no? I don't. Why didn't you guys do it? Huh? Louder. No, what I asked. Page number 38 NCERT. How many of you checked? Yes or no? What happened to you, biology? You know everything. What? You know everything. You check. To you, what happened to you? What? Aman, what happened to you? I called you, no? What? Okay, signum function. It's up to you, Yaran. So it's fine. That's what I told you. No? You think you know everything. The thing is, your downfall will start at that point. I'll be very blunt with you. You may think that you know everything. If you won't revise, you'll start falling down. Okay? Yes or no? Just believe me. It's not like you know everything, you have studied everything, is there in your mind, but in exam you won't be able to understand what. I'll just change a few points there. Understanding means you can understand even if I change some, the environment of that function, any function. Okay, I just changed the equation. You should be able to understand what's the meaning of it. Got it? What is that? Yes or no? Okay. So signum function, it is defined signum of x like this. Okay, and this is equal to x upon modulus of x, right? That's how it is. Modulus of x upon x. I don't know that. You can define it anyway actually. Modulus of x upon x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So it is for what? No. Achha, any real number other than 0. So it should be either greater than 0 or which is lesser than 0. And it will be 0 if x is equal to 0. So you can write this as all real numbers minus 0. Right? Yeah, that's what. No, we are not putting x equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, the value function is. That's all. See, this is the domain. No? For this domain only, you have to define the range of this function. Okay, it's not like you can define. We haven't studied that. So that's the meaning why they are writing, why there are two equations or two expressions for this function. Is because of this domain. Okay, this by the way, this is equal to this. Okay? This is equal to this. These two are same. Okay, I cannot put in bracket. Can anyone draw the graph? Can anyone try to draw the graph? By the way, this is also true. What I said, x upon modulus of x. Both are signum function. Okay. Do it. You don't know how to draw the graph? Okay. Let's do it. Modulus function, you know how to draw. Can you draw some time? Which one is x? Which one is x? You can write it from bracket. Have certain meaning of brackets. Can you draw x? Y is equal to sorry, y is equal to x. Y is equal to here also value of this, y is equal to y. This is a modulus function. Now, see x upon x. If suppose x is greater than, listen here, everyone. If x is greater than 0, if just try to understand, if x is greater than 0, what's the meaning of first statement? This statement. This is modulus of x upon x, fine, or x upon modulus of x, both are same. So this will be equal to x. X is, we are saying x is greater than 0. That means it is already positive, right? So this is x upon x, which is equal to 1. Okay. When x is lesser than 0, so modulus of x upon x will be equal to minus x, negative x upon x, which is equal to minus 1. Magic. Just try, just remember. What is wrong here? Can anyone tell me what is wrong here? What it cannot be zero? How did you define modulus function? This is the modulus function, right? This is the modulus function, no? See the definition? How many of you are having doubt? This is what yesterday only we have done this thing. Don't tell me that you don't know this. If you have doubt, ask me in class itself. Please don't, keep it to yourself. Yeah, Hari. This is what we have learned yesterday. So that's why if x is greater than 0, that means modulus of x is x. If x is lesser than 0, modulus of x is minus x. As simple as that. Do you have any doubt? Okay, then draw the graph. How many of you are done with graph? See, okay, let's draw it here. Those who are online, if you have doubt, please ask me. See, these are the definitions, and it won't be. You can refer to NCERT if you really want to understand this in depth. See, listen, listen. For all values of x which is greater than 0, that means all value which is right side to this origin, this point 0, 0. To the right side, the value is always 1. So suppose y is equal to 1. So the value is always equal to 1. So it will be a constant line. Okay, this line is y is equal to 1. If y is equal if x is lesser than 0, see, if x is lesser than 0, it is minus 1. Understood? But if x is equal to 0, see, if x is equal to 0, the value is 0, right? So if x is equal to 0, the value of this function is 0. So here we have open interval, and here we have closed interval. That means if x is equal to 0, the value is. Now there is, you can see there is a jump, right? Jump in the, this is a discontinuous graph. This is not continuous graph, right? So this is not a continuous function. At x is equal to 0, this function is not continuous. The continuity and differentiability you will be studying in 12th standard, but anyway, I'll be covering a small part of it, really small, that you are going to use in physics. Okay, so that you won't be taking physics. Raghav has covered continuous and discontinuous function, no, right? Okay, anyway, this is your 12th standard, by the way. In continue, I don't know who has designed the syllabus to prepare. It's like continuity and differentiability should be either you put this function in 12th standard itself. Okay, so this is how we are going to define signum function. Next is write down. Greatest integer function. Have we defined greatest integer function? Write down greatest integer function. Greatest integer function. How many of you know about the greatest integer function? Huh? Yeah, I did, but all of them were not there, so I'm doing it again. What about how many of you know greatest integer function? You know, Kushal? I taught, no, so you should be knowing it. Tell me. Hari, you were also there in the class. So do you remember greatest integer function? Do you understand what is going on in class? Take off your mask. Then only I will understand. You don't remember this thing? See, the thing is, you have to work in your home. And now onwards, I'll give you a lot of homework. Because what I feel like you are not working at all mathematics. It's not magic that is going to happen like this. It won't. Okay, so from today onwards, I will be giving you homework, or I'll ask Raghav will give you homework. Okay. All right. Yeah, Vishal, how do you define greatest integer function? I don't know. You? I know or no? You know how you define it? Tell me the definition of greatest integer. Yes. That means, suppose if greatest integer, by the way, is represented by this bracket. Okay. Anything inside this bracket, and in the problem, it should be given like this. This represents greatest integer. If it is not given, please do not solve as greatest. It will be written that this represents greatest integer. That it won't be, there won't be a dot. Instead of the dot, there will be expressions of x and y. Okay. So this is your greatest integer function, and see, greatest integer function, I'll just explain with example. Okay, suppose we need to find greatest integer of any real number. Let's say it is 5. What will be the greatest integer of 5? 5 itself. No, 5 is an integer, so you don't have to think about it. So greatest integer of any integer is that number itself. Okay. Now let's say greatest integer of 5.2. So it will again be 5. the integer just before before this value. Before means what? When you draw a real axis. So now here you have 5. 5.2 will be somewhat after this, right? After this to the right side of this. So you will always take the previous integer. It will always take the previous integer. Got it? So 5.2, the greatest integer will be 5. Now, what will be the greatest integer of 4.9? Aman. It will be 4. Okay. So greatest integer of 4.9 is 4. The previous integer value always. Remember this thing. Yeah, Goshal, what will be the greatest integer of minus 1.1? Louder. Minus 1. Is this correct? Is this correct? Why? Negative? Take off your mask. Yeah, not really. Where is negative not an integer? No, minus 1 is not an integer. Minus 1 is an integer, right? Hari? Yeah, what? Yes, sir. Tell me the answer. Minus 2. Why? Yes, as the previous integer value, right? So you just draw the graph if you have the number line, not graph, the number line. So here we have minus 1, right? And minus 1.1 is where? Here somewhere to the left side. And we have to take the previous integer value. So previous integer value is what? Minus 2, right? So this will be equal to minus 2. Got it? So in negative, you will take care of these things. If you, whenever you have doubt, just draw the number line and write like this. Okay. Hopefully, greatest integer you have understood. Okay. So shall we see the graph of this greatest integer? Now let's mark for few points. 1, 2, 3, and in y 1, 2, and 3 won't come. Minus 1, minus 2. Hopefully from here it will be clear. Minus 1, minus 2. Okay. Now, what is greatest integer of 0? If x is equal to 0, now greatest integer we are defining as y is equal to greatest integer of x. Okay. So irritated. So if you put x is equal to 0, what is the value of y? Hari? 0. Right? If x is equal to 0, the value of y is 0. That means this point. Fine. If x is equal to 0.1, what is the integer value? If x is equal to 0.1, what will be 0? It will be, right? If x, so that means if it is here, it is 0. What if x is equal to 0.9? 0. So till if the value of x for all value of x, and what is the value of y if x is equal to 1? What? Why you are repeating? Why you are not telling? Take off your mask. See, for integer value, if you put an integer value, it will remain the same value. Okay. So for x, x is equal to 1, the value of this will be 1. Okay. So for all integer value, for x is equal to 2, the value of y will be 2. Okay. See this all integer. Now from here to here, the value will remain 0. Understood? From you take any value of your x, y will be 0 on. So on this axis, y is 0. So that means all the value. But if x is equal to 1, it is open interval. X is equal to 1, the value of y is 1. Now if x is equal to 1.5, what is the value of y? 1. Okay. So from here to here, you take any value, it will remain same unless x is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, the value will be 2. Okay, this is the way we are defining this function. There is a use of this function in something, mostly in computer science. Okay, computer science. You'll have use of this function. Yeah, this is not discontinuous. Obviously, this is not continuous. See, continuous is simply the rough statement that I can say. You can draw if you are drawing the graph. You don't have to lift your pen. That's That is your continuous. Yeah. We are going to study continuous and discontinuous limits. We will study those things, but this is just a discontinuous graph. This is jump with the graph. Okay. Now, if x is equal to, now in this, let's say if x is equal to minus 0.5. If x is equal to minus 0.5, what is the value of y? Minus 1, the previous value will take. So from here to here, if you take any value, right, any value you take, what you will get? If x is equal to minus 1, by the way, if x is equal to minus 1, what is the value of y? Minus 1. Y is this side, x is this side, right? So this will be minus 1. Again, if x is equal to minus 2, y will be, okay. That means it's understood now. Minus 1.1. If you take x is equal to minus 1.5, the value of y is minus 2. That's the meaning of this graph. Hopefully this is clear, right? Greatest integer is clear. Write down some of the properties of greatest integer. Just draw this. See, I want everything, whatever we are doing in your notebook. Okay, everyone. Write down the properties of greatest integer function. So properties of greatest integer function is, means number one, greatest integer of x is equal to x when if what? Tell me. Wait, you. Greatest integer of x is equal to x if what? When is a greatest integer of x is equal to x? When? Don't look at me. When x is integer, if x is any integer, you take any integer like x. If you take x is equal to 0, so both are same, right? 0 is also integer. Greatest integer of 0 is 0. Fine. So if x, just write down if x is an integer, or you can also write like this: x belongs to z. Okay, z we use z for representation in mathematics. Write down second, x plus any integer value, or I can write z. It's not right. What is z here? Z is integer by the way. Okay, z is this. Okay, this is equal to what will be? How we can write this? Just imagine a number. Just imagine a number. X means, let's say x is equal to 1.1 plus any integer. Let's say 0. It will it will be greatest integer plus that integer value. Just take one value, no? Sorry, again, why I'm writing mine? Z. Okay, it will be Z. Let's check. If you want to prove this, if let's say x is equal to 1.1 and z is equal to what? Z is any integer, let's say 1. So we have to find greatest integer of 1.1 plus 1, that is 2.1, right? 2.1. What is the greatest integer of 2.1? 2. Now this is the left hand side, LHS. Now let's take RHS. So we have taken x is equal to 1.1 plus 1. So what is the greatest integer of 1.1? 1. So 1 plus 1 will be equal to what? 2. So LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. It's fine. Okay. Third property, right now. What is negative of greatest integer of x? Anyone? No. If x, yeah, I have to define it. X belongs to integer. If x is an integer, sorry, if x is equal to integer. If x is an integer, okay, I have not written this. If x belongs to integer. If x is an integer, what will happen? Minus x. You put no x is equal to minus 1. Let's say x is equal to 1. So minus of, so this will be minus 1. Greatest integer of minus 1 is what? Minus 1 itself. Fine. So these are some of the properties, and okay, let's write one important property. Greatest integer of x plus y, and x and y both are numbers. So this is greatest integer of x plus greatest integer of y. You can take any example. Let's say x is equal to 1.1, 1.1, y is equal to 2.1. So this will be 3 point how much? 3.2. So greatest integer of 3.2 is how much? 3. And now what is the greatest integer of this? X. This will be 1 plus 2. So this will be equal to 3. Got it? Write down next. Okay. There are other properties, but okay, I think I haven't covered this part. If x is integer here, right? But what if x is not integer? Okay, sorry, my fault. So negative of greatest integer of x. We have done this. We have plotted graph using this. Is equal to what if x does not belong to integer? Yeah, how you will write in terms of x? So this will be minus negative of sorry. You tell me. Yeah, you were saying something. So what will be negative of just imagine one number. Imagine 1 minus 1.1. What is the greatest integer of that? Minus 2. Right? How do you define that? How can you write? Just tell me fast. No. Yes. Minus. Okay. Little bit. So negative of greatest integer of x minus 1. So you can define it. Let's say let x is equal to 1. So this is minus 1, greatest integer of 1.1. Because x should not be integer, no? So 1 point. What is greatest integer of minus 1.1? So minus 2. Fine. This is your left hand side. Now minus of what is 1.1? Minus 1. So what is the greatest integer here? Minus 1, that is equal to minus 2. Okay. X is equal, you are putting x is equal to 1.1 such that this value will be negative. Okay. X is not equal to minus 1.1 by the way, because again this will be positive. Okay. That is valid for that also. If you can put x is equal to minus 1.1, that it is valid for that also. Okay, you can take as many examples as you want. See, there is again, this is greatest integer function that we take the previous value. There is a least integer function that we take the next value. We are not going to cover that. There is something called fractional part function. We are also not going to cover that part later on. Not now, it's not required as of now. Maybe in JEE syllabus we'll do that. Okay. Let's write down transcendental functions. Give it 10 more minutes. Okay. Transcendental functions, right? How many of you know about transcendental functions or transcendental numbers? I have discussed few times, right? Yes, I have said in class. Write down transcendental. Transcendental function. And okay, spelling is error is there, so you just correct. C and C. Transcendental function. So all trigonometric functions are transcendental functions. Okay. Like and logarithmic function that we discussed yesterday. We haven't discussed the properties of logarithmic function. That is important. So all trigonometric function, all trigonometric inverse function like sine theta, you know this thing, right? Sine theta, cos theta, anything, or sine inverse theta. Okay, these are all transcendental function. So usually we are studying this function y is equal to function of x. So what we are going to write? Y is equal to sine x. Not instead of theta, we are going to write, it doesn't matter. You can write it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that is different now. Acha, you tell me. You tell me this thing. Is x and 1 upon x same? Let's say, let x is equal to, yeah, that is same. No? So that is, again tell me 1 by x and x to the power of, so it's the same thing you are writing, right? So but you are here the power is 1, here the power is minus 1. How can, yeah, No. See, that's what the problem is. 1 by sine theta is equal to sine theta to the power of -1. You cannot write it like this is not true. This is not sine inverse theta. This is inverse function. Okay? The definition is completely different. We are going to see that inverse. So please don't do that. Okay, this is not true. Understood? Let me erase this. Okay, so these functions, all trigonometric functions are transcendental functions. Next chapter is trigonometry. I'm just going to give you graphs. How the graph, and you will write the domain and range. You will go to your home and write. Right, this is your homework. Domain and range of these functions. Of all the functions that we discussed, that we have discussed today. You will write domain and range of all the functions. So first function that we are going to take is number 1. Obviously, if we talk about trigonometry, the first function is what? Anyone? So y is equal to f of x, which is equal to defining as sine of x. Okay. So can we not fix this board? Okay, so I think one day I have explained this, right? The value of sine. See what you have till 10th standard you have studied sine from 0 to 90 degree, right? So 0 to pi by 2 you have studied sine. Pi by 2 is 90 degree in radian. Okay, by the way. Okay, I'll write 90 degree. Don't do that. Understood? Okay, then pi. See, pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so from here you can calculate. If you 90 degree, that is pi by 2. 60 degree, that is pi by 3, like that. So, and the maximum value is at pi by 2. The maximum value of sine is what? 1. Okay. So the maximum value of sine and cos is 1, and minimum value is -1. Okay. So this is how something sine curve will look like. Till now you have studied this thing. Okay. Till now you have studied here. Now we are going to plot beyond this. So this is, so at pi that is 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees. So how it will look like? It will just decrease the value. Okay, like that. This is sine from 0 to pi. Waves have you studied? Sine is exactly waves. Sine will define exact waves. Sine and cos both functions. Okay, so this f of x is equal to sine x. All right, got it? Now, see, this is pi. Now, 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degrees. Okay, so it will start like this and it will go like this. So the minimum value is -1. Don't worry, we are going to discuss this in next chapter. I'm just giving you graph. So sine will now keep repeating this side also, the negative side also. Okay, this is your y is equal to sine x. You have to write domain and range. Do not forget this. This is your homework for tomorrow. Second is cos x. Y is equal to cos x. Now, how many of you can draw this? We just need to draw from 0 to pi by 2 and repeat it. Okay, not from 0 to pi by 2. You have to make complete web and repeat that way. Okay, just do it. Try it. So this is x, this is y, this is 0. So at x is equal to 0, what is the value of y here? See, x is equal to 0. Varshini. Who is Vasant Kumar? Who is Vasant? Hari? Okay. We are just going to waste time. So x is equal to 0. What is the value of y? Because you put x is equal to 0 here. Cos 0 is how much? 1. You have studied this thing. Don't tell me that you have it. So 1. So that's this point, right? X is equal to 90. That means pi by 2. What's the value of y? Oi. What's the value of y? If x is equal to 90 degree, what's the value of y? Cos 90 is how much? 0, na? So this is here. Now you'll and cos 45 is how much? 1 by root 2. Cos 60 is how much? 1 by 2. Right? And cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay, that's how you will be able to plot this. So it will again be a curve like this. Okay. Now this far you have studied everything. So this is your 45 degree, somewhere around there, 45 degree. So this value. This is not exact graph. Please don't try to scale this. Otherwise you will spoil me. So and it will now you want to make a complete graph, right? So from it will go like this. So this is your pi at, and this is a 3 pi by 2, and again at 2 pi it will be like this. Now it will keep repeating like sine. Okay, the minimum value is again minus 1. So at x is equal to pi, the value of this function cos x is what? Minus 1. Now if you see cos and sine together, see, so they see that if you try to overlap it cos is like this, right? You can see that one. Cos is, this one is cos and this one is sine. That's what you have studied now. So this is cos and sine. How about tan? Number 3, y is equal to tangent function, tan of x. Tan of x. Okay. How do you draw y is equal to tan x? Always start with what? 0 to pi by 2. That's what you have learned. So 0 to pi by 2. So at x is equal to 0, what's the value of y? Hurry, you will tell me this time. X is equal to 0, it is 0. Right? X is equal to pi by 4, what's the value? Pi by 4 is what? 45 degree. Pi by 4, 45. Tan 45 is 1. So let's say somewhere 1 here it is 1. 90. 90, how much? How much? 1090 is how much? 1090 is how much? Huh? 1090 is how much? Tell me. Where? 1090 is not defined by them. Okay, that means it will not touch this line. See, if you draw x is equal to, this line is what? X is equal to pi by 2. Fine. So the graph will not touch this line. So it's something like this. So tan is something like this. From 0 to pi, it is like this. Now in the negative side, this is minus pi by 2. I know you haven't learned this thing, but I will just going to explain that. So it is like this. Okay. So this is tan from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, if you have drawn this much, you just repeat this. Just keep repeating this. So the repeated graph I will draw like this. And by the way, this is, and here this is asymptote because tangent at infinity. These two lines will meet at infinity. That is not defined. Where is infinity? We don't know. So these two lines are tangent at infinity. That is called asymptotes. Okay, so you keep repeating this. That's how it works. In this side as well. Okay. So this is minus pi by 2, 0 pi by 2. What point will be this? This is 3 pi by 2. This here is pi. This here is 2 pi. This here is, you can write next. This is your minus pi. This is minus 3 pi by 2. This line. Got it? So this is how we draw tan How many of you knew this thing? Now you can plot this graph. Hopefully there won't be any problem. See, if the plotting graph is a superpower in mathematics, I'll tell you this. And I'm trying to give, I just want you to learn this. It's really easy, and at the same time, you'll have, like, typing is a superpower. If you can type fast, it's a superpower. You won't realize unless you need it. Okay? So graph is the same. Once you are able to draw it, you will appreciate it a lot. Now your homework is to write the domain and range and to plot the remaining graphs of the engine, this function. What? Trigonometric function, like cosec, sec, and cot. Okay. So these functions you will plot and write the domain. Okay, thank you very much. You can leave. Also, those people, those who are online, were you able to understand this? What we have discussed?
Understood,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Understood, sir.
So you got the homework. What is your homework?
Write the range and domain of all the functions, sir.
And what? And plot the remaining this function cot x, cosec x, and what? Cot, cosec, and sec. What? They left the routine itself. When you are giving homework, they will just vanish. See, that guy vanished. Okay.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, understood. See, the thing is, please do the assignment. If you are not doing the assignment, please not come. How many of you have not submitted the second assignment yet? What is wrong with you guys? Don't give me reasons. Do not give me any reason, okay? It's been, how long it's been? It's been more than 2 weeks, right? And we are just learning functions. If this is the way we are going to learn, it's not going to, we are not going to progress at all. Both of you, and you also, madam. You have submitted second assignment? Hari? Do you have any doubt in second assignment? You have done all the problems. Then why you are having? Okay, one more thing I'll tell you. For you two guys, Friday there will be a test. Because Saturday you are leaving, right? So Friday there will be a test of functions. Graph and all, everything you will study. Till tomorrow, whatever we are going to cover, we are going to, everything is going to be done. Thursday, I want the assignment submitted. Okay, not the second, the third assignment that I'll do. You too. You will try the assignment. So first 2 assignments also you will try and try to submit by the end of this week. Okay, before Monday you will submit. Okay, and okay, I will talk to Bhaskar. Thank you so much. Please don't do that. It's not right. If you won't, how I will understand that you are Thank you so much. And see, the thing is, if you are looking for some other book or something, reference book, I don't think it's not. You know why? It's not a book. You just see that you'll be able to solve it, but it's not. See, that's the problem with reference books. Nothing other. Yeah, you have doubt. So why do you want me to do this? Okay, actually, I was about to give you this. I'm not going to do this. You try it. I'll give you that. See, this is x. All the values of x. So how you will open these? Yes, you have to open it. You will define these 2 functions. We have learned modulus of x. Just go with the basics. X if x is greater than equal to what 0, and negative of x if x is lesser than. You will apply same theory here as well as. Okay, 2 times you will write the same. One you will put this, and you will write this. And you have to what? You have to define in between this minus x minus. You can just directly even plot the graph. Directly you can plot the graph. You know how to. See, that's what the mean when I'm saying to understand. It's not just the function definition. It's the functions like this. It's not just the modulus function. Okay, I'm able to plot this. This is not what I'm trying to teach you how you can plot this. How you will plot. We have done this today. We have done this thing also, right? So just try it one more time. Just give it a try. Because see, I will tell you everything. That's what the reference book will do. You'll get the solution. Definitely you will Google it. You'll get the solution. But the main thing is you have to do it by yourself. You have to stay where you are, right? Okay. Where is that second function? Okay. You have to see, you are taking it separately. Okay, these two functions you are taking separately. You should not do that. Why you are taking this negative? That's what you are doing. That's what it is. Minus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have done this. You have defined this function. This you haven't defined. You have defined only this function. So here you have defined this separately. Why you define? You have to combine these two. You have to define it in combination. You write it separately, then you combine this. Just try one more time. Hopefully this time you will be able to do. You write this thing, again you add this thing. You are not getting x plus x. If you open this bracket, what you will get? Just write it here. X minus 2 modulus. Right? Let's define it. So this is x minus 2 if x minus 2 is greater than or equal to, and this is negative of x minus 2 if x minus 2 is lesser than. First, let's write this thing. X minus 2 if x is greater than or equal to 2 and minus of x minus 2 if less than 2. Right? Okay, this is number 1. Let's write down number 2, which is 2 plus x. Now define this. 2 plus x. Yeah. So what? 2 plus x is greater than 2. 2 plus x is negative. 2 plus x is lesser than 5. This is x plus 2. If x is what? X is greater than or equal to minus 2. And what? Minus of 2 plus x if x is 2. X is lesser than minus 2. Right? Now what you do? Now see the domain. The domain is from minus 3. That means minus 3 to 3 in this range. And what you are getting here, if x, x is greater than 2, so you are getting 0.2 here and lesser than 2, right? Lesser than 2, that this side, this function you will, right? Sorry, this function you will. Again, now you have one more point, minus 2, right? So minus 2 if it is greater than the test, so you will define x plus 2, right? And that means this part. That means we have to add this. We need to add this. So that not this part and this part. Okay, so x minus 2 when it is greater than 2, this side. Let's write the complete function. So that is the combination. X minus 2 plus 2 plus x. That's what the function is. Now let's write down. Now it is x minus 2. So not x minus 2, you'll add these two because it's the combination, right? So it will be x. You have to take the intersection. X greater than or equal to 2. That is this side. What else is x greater than 2? That means in this side, what has to be this one, right? This one. So this will be x minus 2 plus this one, x plus 2. Got it? So in this, what we have, x greater than, greater than equal to. All right. So one critical point is all right. So from my so that means it should be lesser than. So we should not type like this. It should be greater than equal to lesser than. That's how we will. Okay. In between minus in between 2 and 3. So 2 and 3. Now minus 2 to 2, how you will define it? So in between -2 and 2. So -2 means it is greater than 2 only this function, right? So x -2 plus. Now we are defining this function. It is greater than -2. That means this one. X plus 2. Okay. So this from -2 to -2 lesser than x lesser than 2. Right? Now we have this interval, we have defined this interval. Now we need to define this. So this will be for this interval x is lesser than 2, x is lesser than 2. So this is minus x minus 2. Right? Am I correct? Or and plus this. Negative, that means we can write negative of 2 plus x. Okay, and here we are defining in -3 x lesser than sorry greater than x and lesser than -2, right? So that's how we are going to define this. So this is how we are going to define this. So in between 2 to 3, the function will be this. In between -2 to -2 to 2, here the function is this. In -3 to -2, the function will be this. So you can write as a minus x. Now you can just define it. Plus -2 minus x. This will cancel out. This will cancel out. So this minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Minus 2, I think this is plus 2. Right? This is plus 2. This is the function. That's all. We can write it as 2x. This is again 2x. This is again 2x. If we miss something, we can check. See, let's try -2. These are the only critical points for -2. Is this correct or something there? So x, I think this is correct. Right? So this is how you are going to define. Because there are two modular functions. Have you understood this? So that's how you need to find the interval. In that interval, how the function. That's how we are doing. I was not about to cover this especially in this class. You don't have this in NCERT. It asks us to talk. That is, you have to cover this. I didn't thought that you have this. Okay. So you understood this? See, separate. No. You can directly see once you have a command over modulus function, you can just directly write it. But the interval, if you are able to define, you don't need to. Okay, these things we don't need to. We can just directly write it. From here itself, it's better if we define like this. So I like this because the understanding is more than the other. So that's how we are going to do it. If you have any, just let me know what are your questions. Do you have? Tomorrow you bring that. We'll see what I have to see what type of pattern, what pattern. Okay, we'll do this.